medal. He became the first American to win the world's 3 major championships in 1 year. But his opening bout against a Russian by the name of Bornov, actually, he won the verdict, but fans booed him justifiably so. The Russian got robbed. But in his last 2 contests, he scored stoppages. And interestingly enough, he gained 8 pounds after his opening fight. Can you believe that, Steve? Assistant coach Jesse Rivella was so angry at Tarver, he smashed his right hand through a wall, trying to impress upon him how important this is. And it is important. Tarver is an ex-drug addict. He's had terrible problems in his life. Boxing saved him. And here he is. He's on the threshold of possibly a lucrative pro career and a gold medal. And he nearly squandered it all.
Right, Vasilie Jirov. He's a pretty useful fighter. In 1993, he got a bronze in the World Championships. He also got a bronze in last year's World Championships. Actually lost 9-6 to the man he faces here. So, Jirov out for revenge against Antoniio Tarver. Tarver, of course, now boxing at home. The last time these two met, it was on neutral soil.
The Tarver can really blow hot and cold.
Yes, I was terribly unimpressed with Tarver. I know Jim had told me a great deal about him that he'd seen in the US trials, but he looks singularly unimpressive in his first. In fact, he's actually had a reasonably sweet ride. Apart from that first fight against the Russian, he's boxed a man from Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Coa.
And they're not a great boxing nation. And also from Puerto Rico. And they've fared pretty poorly here as well.
He stopped both of those guys, one of the rare people to score stoppages. But he looked horrendous in his first fight. And the thing about Tarver, a lot of people say that Tarver, all this attention has gone to Tarver's head, and he's begun to believe his own press clippings. Tarver does not have a good chin. In a recent international tournament against the Russian, Igor Dazagov, he got decked.
Well, let's see if this Kazakhstani can do the same.
And it was with a jab.
Yes, Vasilie Žirov is 22 years of age. And as I say, he's got some form in World Championship matches. He can't, of course, match Tarver. He's a world champion.
What's Tarver pulling his trunks down for here? This looks to me, Steve, like it's going to be another one of Tarver's very, very reticent performances. People thought I was crazy when I said Anthony Hembrick in 1988 was a better-looking fighter than Tarver. It's like once they crank up the hype machine here, and everybody forgets what's happened in the past.
That's right.
Hembrick never got to box in the Seoul Olympics. He missed the team bus. But he had a pretty good pro career, and he threw a lot of punches. Tarver throws punches like they're
in short supply.
They must be.
And he wouldn't have beaten Montel Griffin, of course, the 1992 light heavyweight rep for the States.
That would have been a boy. That would have been a real scintillating contest.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, if they were fighting in my house, I'd probably go out.
Well, I don't think they'd break any furniture, let alone any jaws.
Chance of USA then filling this hall. This 9,500 seat Memorial Coliseum.
The Americans have got to produce something here. Frankly, I just don't understand what all the hoopla is about Tarver. Let's say he cops a gold medal. I mean, watching him box, who's going to pay to watch him box?
Getting booed already. And of course,
you know what? And it happens every fight almost.
Yes, every time Tarver steps foot in the ring, he gets, you know, a massive reception, but he gets booed after every round.
Yeah.
And he's not going to make a pro. No one will turn out to see him fight.
And then there's his chin. He cannot take a shot. I mean, when you start seeing guys get knocked down from jabs, there's the brain trust of Pat Burns and Al Mitchell.
It's the only 2 living brain donors. No, we've not been impressed, I'm afraid. The other thing is, you know, what our folks at home don't realise, we've had to live with these guys for the last 2 weeks. who've been sprouting enough hot air.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, to launch 1,000 hot air balloons. It's been unbelievable. And it's been vitriol, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, last night they responded to my question with an expletive, which of course I can't repeat here. And that's as sensible as they got, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. Well, the problem is they think in cliches, and their cliches have become reality. They start screaming about the judging and the fights, and they say, look how hard our kids have trained. They forget everybody's trained hard to have been in this competition. And they're not supposed to win just because of the home advantage.
Although it must be worth 25%.
Well, I don't think it's been worth that much. But I'll tell you one thing, Tarver did not win his opening fight.
Well, here we go then. Žirov of Kazakhstan in the blue, looking to just overhaul this slight gap, 2 points. And Tarver once again sticking up the joint.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, he's going to have people pleading, bring back Lawrence Clay Bay if this keeps up.
No, I don't think they go that far, Jim.
Well, how about bring back Falk Husta?
Not even that far.
They'll never say that. Oh, but I'll tell you, this is a pretty pitiful performance.
I mean, you used one word to describe Tarver in his first fight. You called him a bum, and I'm afraid he's not.
No, that was Clay Bay.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it should have been this guy.
I don't believe Tarver's a bum. I believe he knows he can't take a shot.
Yeah.
And well, he knows he can't take a shot, and he does not like to get hit. I think he's a good front runner.
And Tarver wants to be very careful here. He doesn't get touted on the counter. Oh, he just did. Just took the right hand, but still piling in.
Yeah,
this will suit Žirov.
Yeah, but you know what? Tarver should not be in a punch-up. Tarver should be boxing, because look how close this fight is now.
This has given Vasily Žirov time to get back into the fight. Don't forget, he's beaten Žirov once before.
Well, Tarver scored 2 stoppages earlier.
Oops, and that wasn't a knockdown.
Ridiculous.
Yes, that wasn't a knockdown. That was, he hit Tarver and fell over from the force of his own blow.
That's right. They're not calling it a knockdown, though, are they? No. You can't, you know, these refs are not signaling anything, so you can't read minds here.
No, he just said, get up, brush off your gloves and get back to work. Referee, by the way, Gordon Hendry of Scotland. One of the best I think we've seen. Well,
I'll tell you, now Tarver ordinarily, in the past, he's flicked out a fast jab and he's moved pretty well. I don't know what's happening to him during the Olympic competition.
But he's trying to win friends, Jim.
Well, this just shows me that height cannot win fights. Same thing with Fernando Vargas. Tarver falls in when he throws punches.
Let me just remind you.
I just don't think this kid's going to make a good pro.
Let me just remind you that Tarver has beaten Žirov in last year's World Championships. Nice shot there from Žirov. Goes ahead for the first time. He beat him 9-6 in the semi-final.
9-6, but I'll tell you what.
Look, he's hurt
sure, Tarver's walking around like he's a
one punch landed.
Like he's an apparition or something, a drunken apparition. He's barely able to stand.
Punch.
He doesn't have a chin. Tarver just doesn't have a chin. And you know one thing? I don't think Tarver can fight well on the inside either. This is going to come down to who's got more guts.
Absolutely. Of course, in the final, they will meet. The winner of this match will meet the winner of the German, Thomas Ulrich, and the Korean. And he's a tough guy. And he goes by the name of Seung Bai Lee, I think. And if I remember rightly, he was a bronze medalist in Barcelona. So he's a handful.
Yeah, but I think Lee is too laid back. And Tarver is already beaten Ulrich. In my opinion, by virtue of what this kid is showing against Tarver, this is in essence the gold medal match.
Okay, so there you are. From the master, he knows.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that proves it wasn't a punch that put Žirov on the floor, and he's up and out for work.
You know, it's interesting. Tarver has stopped listening to the American coaches. And it's one reason why he's probably scored 2 stoppages.
Roshi Wells also stopped listening to their advice.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
He didn't do too badly until yesterday.
He went much further than anyone thought he was going to go.
Yeah. So Kazakhstan 9, USA 8.
Look how he lurches in, wide open.
What has happened to American boxing? 250 million people in this country. Half of them are men. And, you know, and this is the best you can get at 12.5 stone.
I don't know what's happened to American boxing. I think a lot of it is I think these guys are overtrained, which Lou Duva has said. Spent 2.5 months in a training camp. I think it's this computer style, but I'll tell you, Tarver just, to me, he just doesn't have it.
No, me neither. So 10-8 then in favor of Vasily Žirov of Kazakhstan, who's desperate to revenge a previous loss.
You know, if this kid keeps going,
good shot, good shot.
He hurt him.
And once again, Tarver hangs on.
Oh, boy. Now, that looked like that should have been a knockdown, I think.
Didn't see a punch land, Jim, I'm afraid.
You didn't see the punch? I thought it was a left. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'll tell you, Tarver looks about behind. He looks about out on his feet, Steve.
And he was the absolute certainty for the American team to pick up a gold.
Boy, I'll tell you something. Oh, those jabs rocked him. They hurt him again. They didn't.
So Vasily Žirov on the verge of a massive upset here.
Beating the over certain gold medal favorite, the man who'd done something that no other American boxer done, and he's avenging himself. At the same time, this is quite amazing.
Yes, Tarver, the reigning world champion, remember, against a man he's beaten before. And of course, there's no divine rights in this boxing game. Well, Žirov there shaken by a punch from Tarver, but he's still there.
Tarver's still trying. He knows it's close. You know, Tarver's had so many horrendous problems in his life. You know, this could be the turning point in his life once again.
Once again, Tarver rocked there by a punch to the chin. And it didn't look a great deal.
He just doesn't take a whack.
He just doesn't like getting hit, does he? End of story.
His legs, his chin. He looks about out on his feet.
Yes, he is. He's completely gone.
It's pure instinct now.
And he could land a punishing shot here and get this over with, but I don't think he's got the energy.
Well, the kid from Kazakhstan has just really outgutted him.
I'm appalled, though, Jim. These two kids are supposed to be world-class fighters. They can't fight tough for 9 minutes.
Well, I don't know. I think the kid from Kazakhstan, I admire the effort he's put up.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, he's come out of nowhere. I think he's a raw, almost tear-away slugger, and Tarver's chin just is not what it should be.
But he can't fight for 9 minutes, Tarver. Last 10 seconds, it's all over now.
He can't fight for 9 minutes. How is he going to be able to fight for 10 rounds as a pro?
That's right. Tarver is out of the Olympic Games. I'm feeling very sorry for himself, Jim.
Well, I'm feeling sorry for him, too. He rocked him at the end.
It's all over.
I just hope Tarver doesn't, I just hope he doesn't succumb to drugs once again. You know, this can be a disastrous thing for him, far more than the average fighter.
It's all over. 15-9, I think it might have been.
Look at Tarver.
I think they've just been told in that corner that Tarver's lost.
I don't think they've been told yet. What an upset.
Now, they've got the scores down here on these monitors, and I saw Pat Burns ask a gentleman at the monitor, in fact, the MC.
What was the score?
Yeah.
Well, if I was the MC,
I think he shook his head.
If I was the MC, I don't think I'd want to have been the man to tell him. You know something? Now, if styles make fights, Ulrich could get lucky and beat this guy.
Yes, but the right man won this fight, Jim, didn't he?
Sure he did. This guy's got a lot of guts. They can bull.
Tarver beat himself.
No, I don't believe Tarver beat himself. This kid beat Tarver. But you know what? Tarver lost the first fight. It's divine, well, I won't say divine retribution, but justice. Justice.
Good lad then. Vasily Žirov.